This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey folks, Son of Beast here. Welcome back to another Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. And I'm here with another broadcast partner here that will be joining us, and a new commentary is here with us for the pregame show. Please welcome is Greg. That is right, folks. That's right. In this moment, we are getting ready to start another playoff round. It's not always the easy thing, but we are seeing things right toward its line and right toward the angle of it between the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. The next matchup, as we're ready to send it on, is the Capitals facing against the Habs. The Habs have won the last part of the game of Game 3 in the postseason. But the question is, can they win it for this year of the season? And this might be a one change off if the Capitals can maybe another comeback rally to get to Game 5 and the Habs to tie this even. Will this be a fair start? Or will the Capitals able to move on and will play against the New Jersey Devils in the second round after the win between by the Habs? Or if the Habs wins this game, they'll be heading back to Washington for Game 5 and then get ready for the next segment. We'll see what happens if there's any other change off, if anything makes it here. Now my next commentary supporters, I have one of our takes in is Roy Cruz. He's also along with the other two. And this time, it is now another one for Zotru and for the third commentary of the crew. Starting off is easier on the take, as Jay is with us here for the third. And at center ice, I have it along, it's me from 11, the newest of it all. Well, let's get started for tonight's game of the playoffs. Caps, Habs, next on EA Sports. It's Game 4 time, back at Centuryville for the fourth game of the playoffs. Well, we start things up and we are ready to go. I'm Roy Cruz and I'm here on my broadcast partner with Zoe Troop and Jay. It's Game 4 time, here for another Stanley Cup playoffs. Let the November games begin. Now, as a starting group right now for the Washington Capitals, we have it across this Strome. Strome starts it over, now finding to Jai Turn, he will give it over to Wilson. Wilson slides it over, now finds to Carlson, he'll give it to Strome, and now finds the pass over to get a Jai Turn. Here's the rebound here for Sikorsky, as he's right toward the Matheson. Why over to get Lane Hudson. Hudson with the chance, and it's rebounded up by Strome. Strome takes it over, now he will have it the other side of it for the Capitals. This one breaks up the chain, and rebounded by Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin now gives it to Jaicher. Jaicher pass, broken up by Suzuki. Sikorsky's right toward wing, and he'll have to pass to Suzuki. This one will be making a save here by Logan Thompson. And it's the starting goaltender for the Washington Capitals. Still a lot of time left in the period. No score between the Habs and the Canadians as we are stocking in the first period, no score. That shot misses wide, and it's now rebounded by the Caps as he is Dubois right toward wing. Rolls it across right into Caps territory. He now has it over. The pass that finds again at Sandin. Van Riestad with a shot saved by Montalvo. McMichael now finds it again at Van Riestad. Sandin right over the pass to Protos. Back to Van Riestad. Van Riestad finding McMichael. Over to Sandin. Give the pass to Dubois. Here's a shot saved by Montalvo. Diving play. And Isaiah now finds it over to Lane. Lane's right toward Wayne. Then rebounded by the Capitals. Washington scout the puck here. This one sends out of the zone as Dubois will now handle it over. Deep pass to McMichael. McMichael wipes him down, and Protos with the rebounding. He will find the pass to get Dubois. With new line group here, here's another chance for Ruel. Ruel swings to Verona, Verona shot. Rebounded by Dubois. And now rolls it back to Ferrevery. Ferrevery now finding a Ruel, finds Protos for a shot. That one saves it up by Montalvo. And the puck will send it out of play. That was great. What a confidence afterwards. This is what happens with the Montalvo and their team. They just really got a great save. They really had a feeling. Anything is going to change oftenly for Montalvo when they start off with a save in Game 4. Now the win for the Caps is right now the rebound put in by Carrier. He sets to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky now finds it over again to Xkaya. Slavkovsky lost his chance. Rebounded by Verona. And now we'll cover it up by Logan Thompson with only 17:32 remaining in the first period. Now both teams are ready to take the next puck drop. And if you already see the last game, sorry about the voiceover, but it looks like that OJ had a little hard time to get over this. But this time, it just makes a great win for the Wilds to take a 2-win home game, 3-4, as he put it up. What a goal! Jacob Verona will start his first goal in Game 4, as Verona's got 2 in the playoffs. This is a stop motion over here. Watch what he does. Verona is right in the middle, and this is where the pass is over to Montalvo. Yeah, that is the first goal when you're seeing things. You don't see that oftenly, and that's the part of the first goal that they already took. This is a send-off pass from right into the middle, and then you give a good look. You got a great chance here. That's a great look on the pass. It really has to see things from Jacob Verona with that first goal look on the start. So it looks like the Capitals are just going to start things up for the first period. Looks like they're doing really well for them. Got a great one handle for Verona. He's got 2 in the playoffs. After the win for the Hops, here's Slavkovsky. Just right to it again. Struble and a shot and score! Back the other way goes. Just about 5 seconds for the face-off puck drop. Now, look where we get over here in Struble. You see, that's the first goal you never see things happen. When you leg it in with the first goal, you don't see a change happening. That is the first goal for Struble on his first playoff goal. You never see it like that? That's what the first goal starts it off tonight. So the Hawks will get themselves on the board, and it's now a tie game. Only 17-16 remaining in the first. Now, like I just said about Struble, he was able to do for low change-off immediately, but no other worries. It was what the first goal made to make it look clean, just to tie into the effort. Didn't really see what it was going to happen like. But in all chance seriousness, it wasn't easy enough to go with the right to left foot. I don't see anything about Struble with his first playoff goal. You know, I was really sure that this is the part of the goal that this is playing a putback for the Canadians. That's where the Hobbs was the right way. Radius with the puck right to the wing. That puck rebounds up by Hiller. This will keep in zone. And rebound by Savard. Savard pass now by Slavkovsky.
So, Giuseppe, but it's serious. His second goal in the playoffs, scored by number 47.
The great
assisted by number 20, Gerard Slavkovsky.
Over now, finding
and by number 14,
here's Wilson shot. Goes back to Charger, now finds Carlson.
Tim Shirley, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. That's Kevin Struble, his second goal in the playoffs first goal game. Assisted by Gerard Slavkovsky and Nick Suzuki in the first period at 2 minutes, 44 seconds in the playoffs.
Give a little pass back and forth to Charger. Carlson gives to Wilson. Wilson shoots, saved by Montalvo, and rebound by Savard. It's great.
But Daisy Washington, so Thursday, their last name scored the Cimentos Eliminatores. His first goal of the playoffs, scored by number 13, Jacob Verona.
Tom Wilson right to her in the wing.
By number 16, Taylor Radius.
Over to Ovechkin.
And by number 3, Matt Grau.
Alex Ovechkin has it again.
2 minutes, 38 seconds. Jacob Verona, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Taylor Radius and Matt Grau in the first period at 2 minutes, 38 seconds in the playoffs.
No stop to this one. They just kept on shooting like that. Unbelievable. with the shot. That one goes off. So with the rebound, not finding Van Riestad again, Stanley. Stanley looks at Alex Ovechkin. That one poked it up. Rebound by McMichael. And sets of Van Riestad. Shots blocked. Off the skater. Back to Sikorsky. And the Hawks will take it. Montreal's back in the offense zone. Suzuki pass. Rebounded up by Sandin. And Van Riestad right to the wing. Past the 5-minute mark in the first. Passing 15 minutes in the period. Here's McMichael. To the wing. Now finds it over to pass to Burrell. Now you'll reset it again for Harbury. Over now to Dubois. Dubois rolls again to Protas. Kicks the puck over. Now finding McMichael. Burrell. Again for Harbury. For Harbury now finds it to Burrell. Burrell finds it McMichael. McMichael passes Dubois. Dubois shot. Off the face mask. Rebound by Protas. Now this will kick over again to Burrell. And back to McMichael. McMichael to Burrell. Over to Dubois. Dubois chance to Burrell. Fires it. Off the blocker again by Monteval. Great chance here. I've never seen what anyone does though. For Monteval, it's a wildest save. Corner shot saved by Monteval. Rolls the rebound for Harbury. Now finds McMichael. McMichael now finds it for Harbury. Dubois has it again to McMichael. Fires it again off the glove. Rebounded by Burrell. 10 shots in the game here for the Capitals. They're trying to answer it out and try to shut down the Canadian team on its 4-1 victory. 3-1 victory. Correct that. For Harbury now finds Protas. Finds for Harbury. And he now finds McMichael. He fires a shot saved by Monteval. Keeps pulling the puck around, not finding Protas. In middle. That one hooks up. Rebound by Sikorsky, and will now have the Hobbs take over. He now finds the forward. Right turn middle, now finding the Struble. Over to Dodge. Dodge cuts it in. Rebound by Burrell. And back to Dodge with the spin around. Trying to go for the backhander. Saved by Thompson. You know what Thompson's really doing it was his own thing. It's just not all for anybody's cue, but this offense is done for plenty. There was no obvious on remarking. All you have to do now, you just got to keep all your spirits in. There's no change, but you can really just change it oftenly. If you're playing for Hobbs, you just have to be concerned by your team on your side. You have no protection, you just got to get over it. Get it done straight away. Now the win by Dowd, and this one back to Chycher, looks to Carlson, now finds the Dowd. Dowd now finds Carlson. Fires that one off the block, one of his teammates. Duhamel again to Chycher, and he now finds Mangiapane. Here's Anderson, he's right toward wing, kicking the puck over. The rebound puts in by Montreal. Matheson looks over to Evans. Evans right toward middle. Duhamel with the puck steal. Clears his zone. And now with the rebound over to Dowd. Here's another chance to Chycher. Looks to Carlson's shot. Pass saved by Monteval. Rebound by Matheson. Oh, that's an execution in the cut. This zone was not really like a changing that they do for real. He's off to Duhamel. In the wing. Cutting motion. Now finds Chycher. And a shot saved by Monteval. He only with only 11:42 remaining in the first period. Nearing the midway mark of the period, I will have it Smith for 11, the newest part of Alex Ovechkin. Thanks, folks. Talking about Alex Ovechkin as he looks over with his great torch and speed. The great eight has passed over by Wayne Gretzky's goal with a record of 895 goals of this game. Part of a season, it was not really to be detained until he had it all with adoption. It's really great to see how that right Alex Ovechkin puts in with a nice big touch. I love to see his effort, and this is my take here, guys, if the next goal pops in. Guys, thank you, Jeremy, for 11. The first penalty is going to be on the Hobbs. This is going to be a first cross-checking on the Canadians. They are not starting it off too good after me. This is what happens with the first part of it. You're not going to play it correctly. You can't do that. Don't play it like you did. Dirty jobs, you're going to be left out on your own. Ovechkin, backhander, saved up by Monteval. Strom has the puck. As the play continues while the late penalty is on Hobbs, Carlson now finds Schweitzer. Here's Ovechkin. Fires it. Same play. This will stop rebounding as Mazzetta's in the penalty box.
Montreal penalty, number 55. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Now, this is not how you do this like that. When you put it off the pass off of Ovechkin, you know you would feel wrapped out of it. You're not going to do it correctly. So the Caps will start their first power play of the night. Power plays is definitely a greater, easy way. When you do for this, don't think about doing your offense.
Just think about your timing and all of your effort. Just do it the right way. Temps sur la penalty. 11 minutes, 24 seconds in series eliminatories. That's 2-minute penalty for the Canadians. Number 55, Michael Pizzella, for cross-checking. 7-minute penalty, 11 minutes, 24 seconds in the playoffs.
Sandy will have a choice to pick and play for. Inbounding now, here's Sandy. He will have it over down to Dubois. Entering the Hobbs territory is Dubois. And Mangiapane now finds it over to Schweitzer. Schweitzer now finds Sandy. Sandy looks to Schweitzer. Mangiapane knocked him down. Here comes Anderson. Chance for a short-minute goal. Saved by Thompson. Past the midway mark in the first period. 1:11 remaining for the Caps power play. Now as they're set, ready to take their next puck drop. 1-1's a score. They're all tied for even. And Strome wins the faceoff as Carlson will take it over. Now Carlson sends a deep pass to McMichael. Sets to Wilson. Here's a shot glove save by Montalban. He'll hover it up with only 59 seconds for the Caps power play, and they're in the 9:30 mark of the first. All right, let's see what the other side takes is for Nick Suzuki. Thanks, folks. Talking in with Nick Suzuki is one of our biggest no-contest effort. This rebound stride is better to have all on its own. His choices is not the only objection that he just made, but only that the time will tell if he has a lot of his contest ability. No strength in numbers. He scores! Dylan Strome scores a power play after Alex Ovechkin. He'll be Strome. Back to second in the playoffs. Now this is what happens with Alex Ovechkin. You see that it goes redirection. That one gives to Dylan Strome quickly. And nice timing for Alex Ovechkin. You got a good deflection and you got a right pass right toward the goaltender. That's a great goal for Dylan Strome to get a redirection right in toward the net. So it's now a 2-1 game with 9:16 remaining in the first period. As for Harvey will take things over, now finds the Giroux out. He'll be their first power play goal for the Capitals in Game 4. Obi right to Wilson, and he now will give the pass to Bruel. Here's for Harvey. Passes over to Bruel. Bruel back again to Ferrari. Ferrari get a Bruel. Move the shot and chain. The Hobbs are back in the Caps territory. That one kicked on the pads, kicked out by Logan Thompson. Rolls into Rural, and now flies it over to Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin spins across, now finds Ferrari. Will find a pass to Dubois. Dubois now flies it over to Ferrari. Again to Rural, fires that shot and scores! Connor McMichael with another deflection goal. That's going to be on another one for the Capitals. Well, he has 3 this time. Look at this motion. That's what happens with the deflection. It just right toward him. The back of it was not easy enough, but this really taken to be appealing on the effort. That one is right toward in the net. That's a crazy look in the goal. Needless to say now, Connor McMichael has 3 playoff goals. That is crazy that he's adding another postseason goal advantage. I've just seen so many others. Now here's Dubois.
Brother Washington, Sunday, for the series eliminatories. His second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, score on power play. Number 17, Dylan Strome. Assisted by number 8, Alex Ovechkin. And by number 74, John Carlson. Temshulaba, 10 minutes, 44 seconds. Dylan Strome, his first goal of the game, second goal in the playoff, score on a power play, assisted by Alex Ovechkin. and John Carlson in the first period of the power play. 10 minutes, 44 seconds in the playoffs.
Now sets it over to Kirby Dutch again, Nubo. Nubo goes down, rebounded by Stanley. Here's doesn't make any effort on this one. This is not a big chain. No one is really doing the option. This is just definitely what everyone has been knocking it into. This really hurts. And Barista will kick the buck over.
But they do Washington. Sancho Slade for the series eliminatorias. His third goal in the playoffs. Scored by number 24, Connor McMichael. Assisted by number 3, Matt Rua. And by number 42, Martin for Herrera. I'm sure about 11 minutes, 35 seconds. Connor McMichael, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game assisted by Matt Rurau and Martin for Herrera in the first. At 11 minutes, 45 seconds in the playoffs.
This is really what they all expected now. A lot of defensive on the hit. It's definitely going to make a change. Good save by Montevo. Carlson right behind that net. No rebound here. Now it's rebounded by Dick Down. And you'll find Duheavy. Duheavy now finds Scheicher. And now coming back on ice will be the Capitals. This time Scheicher will give it a pass over again by Giappone. Back on ice is Rural. Scheicher. Rural. Down. Penalty on the Hawks. Now we need 2 penalty kills here for the Canadians.
Montreal penalty, number 13 on a slashing.
Not a stand choice. Nobody is liking this effort. This is another slashing that's going to be on the Hawks. That's going to be Cole Caulfield in the penalty box. So the Capitals have a 1-2 this time. Let's see what the next power play train joins in. What I need to know about this power play needs to get that with a nice motion step up on its own effort. No one does stand afterwards.
6 minutes, 18 seconds in series
until they get all
penalty on the Canadians.
This is no
Cole
change.
Caulfield, number 13, 2 minutes for slasher. Tell me penalty,
some
6
time
minutes,
stretch.
18 seconds in the playoffs.
Rebound by Michael, and back to Strome. Carrier takes it over. Clears the zone out. Now John Carlson will take things over. Just about 5:45 remaining in the first period, and under 90 seconds for the Caps power play. Ovechkin now back to Wilson. Wilson gives it over to McMichael. Here's Carlson's shot. That one off redirect traffic. Carrier will clear it out. Alex Ovechkin now has it over to McMichael. McMichael sticks the feed. Off to Redius. Got in motion near the net. Rebounded up by Redius. And back to Scheicher. Here's the Brown shot. Rebounded by McMichael. And Scheicher now gives it to Redius. Redius now finds Scheicher. Has it over to get to McMichael. McMichael slowing it down this time. Back to Sandin's shot. Rebounded by Dubois. Dubois. And that puck will escape the zone with under 5 minutes in the first. They're so really well. Diving into pressure. It makes sense. I mean, keep things going if they can. Armia clears that out and rebounded by Sandin with 30 seconds for the Caps power play. Send a deep pass, and it looks like Montevo will give it to Savard. Now here's Evans. Swinging in for the short-handed goal. This is wide. Rebounded up by Redius. And Scheicher's right toward wing. Caulfield Sam's almost about to be up. Sandin, shot, blocked, and it's off, and it's over. The power play comes to an end for the Capitals, as this will be 1-2 for Washington. They just never seem to be going afterwards. That's the Capitals that they put it in with their strong leadoff play. This is the bet, but they don't really seem to be playing oftenly. I've really seen so many others that this wasn't easy to get things another chance goal and opportunity. It was no chance wide, but they really dug it all what they did. Got shot, save up by Thompson. Thompson's doing so well, keeping it going. Here comes Alex Ovechkin. Sides it. Saved by Montevo. Back to Tom Wilson. And now it's off to Scheicher. Sandin. Give to Alex Ovechkin. Cut in middle to Verona. Hot save by Montevo. And now it's Sokowski, right toward the wing. Cut in motion, saved by Thompson. 3:14 remaining in the first period, 3-1 score. Now both teams are ready to take the next puck drop. It is a 2-lead possession for Washington Capitals. With the shot, and that one saved up by Montalvo. Sorry, Logan Thompson. On a shot, redirected. Man goes down as Nick Suzuki trying to battle for the rebound. Now Tom Wilson will send it over to Alex Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin cutting it in. Rebounded for Everett, now finds Burrow, and he will give it over to Stroll. Stroll, Burrow, fires, saved by Montalvo. Only 2:24 remaining in the first period. Now, I know what you're thinking now. The Minnesota Wilds have already tied the series with a 2-2 advantage. But now, this is the next strategy if they can win this one with another big chance. They've done so many times here for the Vegas Golden Knights to end the series here with a 3-1 series lead as for the winning series. But it was a tie series. A 2-2 comeback for Minnesota Wilds. Well, I didn't see any of this. Minnesota Wilds have been definitely trying to show it off tonight. They've really done the best, but no other work can be done. I'm thinking it looks like Minnesota Wilds wants to do this one again, if they can. Now here's to Brown, that finds it over. Forever now finding to Rural, and that shot goes out of here, and Protos with the rebound now finds it again to Rural. Rural will try to get back over to Forever. Oh, knocked him down! And the play will be stopped as it's offside on the Capitals. Now with the next face-off, don't miss out the next part of the game as we will get things underway for the next NBA, as this will be Denver Nuggets facing over against the Los Angeles Clippers. It is now a 2-1 lead series for the Denver Nuggets. There was nowhere to be out there. What do you think of this will happen? I'm going to say that Nikola Jokic may have a better record over by anybody. It didn't seem like it wasn't sure to be like it was exactly the same thing. I don't think there may not be a chance on a smooth hit, but I think that Nikola Jokic might let their team to move on to the next round. That's my prediction. And what about you, Jay? What's your take here? I'm going to say that, looks like that, I'm going to say the Denver Nuggets are going to keep it off. So hopefully that's going to be my time to choose it wisely. Alright guys, thank you so much. I guess we can't wait to see what goes in back in LA in Inglewood. Oh yeah, it's going to be a great one to start things off to. I can't wait. Down to a final minute in the first period. This will give over to Eller.
Une minute resigned in his last period. 1 minute remaining in the first period. He can't get over that
time as it's rebounded by Geller. Over now, Dixon. Sandine now finds Eller. Eller now finds Sandine. Sandine now finds over to Carlson. Here's to Borak, and he's right toward win. Clears the zone. Rebound by Carlson. Carlson sets the Sandine. And over to Mangiapane. Fires a shot, but that's saved by Montalvo. 25 seconds left in the first period, and it's still a 3-1 lead, Washington. And they're off and ready to take another puck drop. Hawks down by 2. Capitals lead by 2. Now to win, here's Carrier. Off the pass to Armia. Armia lost his stick handle, he now finds over to Van Beestad. And he's over to Dodd. Carrier takes it over. Knocks him down. Sandine clears that one out. And it will be icing on the Capitals with only 5.6 seconds. One last face-off here before the end of the first period. And Dodd will win it and that'll do. Manager Panic and Duane will clear it up. So that will do it for the first period. 3-1 score as the Caps are up by 2. Second period's coming up after the break. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs of NHL 25 on EA Sports. Be back with you shortly. Welcome back, everybody, as we're getting ready to start the second period in Montreal. And we are ready to get back into action. Second period starts now. And a big save by Thompson. Oh, there's a little bit of a slam lunge over here in the start of the second period. Bianchi, moment. Take cover. Now, let's have your thoughts here about what happened with the first period. Jay, Joe Drew, yours. Thanks, folks. I just really have to say now that this is what happens with most plays cannot start off with a strong start for the Capitals. But then this one changes over the other side. Because the Canadians are trying to put it with the first goal answered back just about 5 seconds after the goal by Verana. I don't see why they did this. They've done so many times that they just have to be playing it afterwards. With no change on, it was no easy to make it clear at the right track. And then afterwards, this really is gonna play it like it's going down right toward wire. Nobody stands that chance. That one really had hurt for the worst.
Yeah, I totally agree about that one, is so true. But all I can say now is there was no changing the difference to anybody. But as you may have already noticed, it really sucks it out. No, like anybody, when somebody gets hurt or worse. Pain. Because that's what happens with most people, that the hockey players tend to get a cut and they don't really like that bruising control. They just really don't like it oftenly. It's all with the worst. Good save by Monteval. Back over to Caulfield, and now the Habs will have it. You see what happens with Monteval? That is a great catching. Big save is going to put it right toward the neat foot zone. Don't take a cut at the cover of it if you're doing it on anybody. That's the goal. And here's McMichael, now sends it over to Dubois. Will move around the puck in. Passes to McMichael. Slides his own. Gives it to Van Riestad and finds to Dubois. On a shot, saved by Monteval and rebounded by Laine. Laine on the rush. Back over by Thompson with a big save and the work. And Dubois now finds Protas. Protas gives the pass to Sandin, looks over to Van Riestad. Breaks it up. Back into Eller. Eller knocks him down. Sandin takes it over. And here's McMichael. Shot saved by Monteval. That goes out of here and rebounded by Laine. Laine pushes up in the air and rebounded up by Rural. Sends the pass over to Eller. Eller slinks it over, now finds it over to Rural, where he shoots it, saved by Monteval, but he will cover it up with only 17:37 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready for our next time on attack. 7:09 for the Caps and 1:31 for the Hawks. Ellis wins the face-off. Rural will take over. Here's Verana. He now rolls to Forevery. Forevery with a chance over to Radius. And right toward the corner is Eller. Eller pass to Radius. Radius on a slump down. Rebound by Radius. And now finds Rural. Here's Ferrari. Fires hits. That's off the glove. And rebound by Miller. Kicks it over now. Now finds the Carlson. Carlson spins around. Here's Verana's shot. Saved by Monteval. Under 17 minutes remaining in the second period as they'll get ready for our next puck drop. Don't forget, folks, with our next part of the game, as we will have, is another grouping matchup. As the Edmonton Oilers take on against the Kings, that will be covered starting later here tonight at 9:30 p.m. That's the next part of the game, as we will be seeing things right toward its line group. That will be the next one on its way soon. Yeah, this will be the winning team, and they will play against the
other side of it as they will play against the Dallas Stars. Nope, not that. Dallas Stars will face against the winning team between the Winnipeg Jets. As right now, as they move things on, and as the Oilers, they will have to wait for its next winning team between the Golden Knights or the Wilds. So that'll be the part of the next game to keep your eyes on, right on its line, here only on Southern Beast. So the Kings and Oilers are the next game up at 9:30 p.m. And then the winner of this battle will be between the eye, because the Devils will be facing against the winning team between the Caps. If they win Game 4 with a 3-1 winning series over Montreal. We hope to see what happens with this one after that. Indeed so, I think the New Jersey Devils might be proud. Might be. Patrick Laine with the rebound. He'll dump it out of the zone. And the rebound puts in by Mangiapane, 18. Stanley ain't no feet again over Victor Van Riestad. And here's to Heavy finding the down. A give and go look to Mangiapane. And it's over now to McMichael. Down, back to Van Riestad. Here's Kirby Dodge. He now finds it over to Savard, and Alex Nuva takes it over. Savard finds Kirby Dodge. Dodge on the spring. Here's a shot saved by Logan Thompson. Back to McDowell, and it's over to Protas. Protas slows things down. With no line group change, he finds Ruel, flying in for Reverie. Back to pass to Mangiapane on a shot, putting it back in. This one battles some trouble. Mangiapane with the rebound, now finds it over to Reverie. And now one puck reinforced to regroup here as Ruel will try to start things from the top again. Wow, Sikorsky got a little smackdown here. Now fighting Protas. Protas towards the zone, save shot, score! Well, for Henry just had another goal. He took a slot and beats over the goaltender. Nevin says now that's for Henry with another goal. It really took that one with a nice strong effort. That's another goal for Henry. That'll be another playoffs. With the goal for the Capitals, it is now a 4-1 lead over Montreal. Well, Montreal teams is definitely like having a rough time of the year, and no one stands with the crowd that they're doing this on their own. They've been really knocked out afterwards. McMichael now finds Protas. Protas slings it over. That one tips out of the zone and rebounded by Dubois. Dubois chance to Protas. Protas back to Caulfield. The cut of bounty now finds the Chaicher. Chaicher looks over to McMichael. And McMichael in toward Wayne. Lost that puck. Rebounded by Chaicher. Back to Carlson. Knocks him down. Rebounded by Carlson. Carlson looks to Chaicher. And that pass broken up by Fazella. Here's Armia. Good poke check by Chaicher. And it now rolls to Strome. Strome chance now finds Chaicher.
But the Washington, some proven International Series eliminatories. His first goal in the playoffs, scored by number 42. Martin for
You'll have
Harvard.
that pass over.
Assisted by number 21, Alexei Protas. And by number 26, Nick Dow. Eventually level 5 minutes, 17 seconds. Martin Forever, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Alexei Protas and Nick Dow in the second period. 5 minutes, 17 seconds in the playoffs.
Rebound by Strome, and now the rebound for the Caps. Van Riestad. Puck out of the zone. They'll clear it out. Now the Hawks will take it. Larry Hudson now points it over to Bezzetta, and he's over down to Dvorak. Dvorak, Bezzetta, shot, saved by Logan Thompson. Washington back the other way. Up across, Wilson, shot, saved by Montalvo. Under 13 minutes remaining in the second period, they'll get ready for our next puck drop. As right now, we are nearing the midway mark of the period. Here's still a 4-1 game as they've been knocking things in and out. They're trying to look for a battle line to get right from here. There's no change. I've never seen what they were doing it for all their lives. Nothing really sets the matter, but they are really been like working hard dominantly. You know, I was really sure that this wasn't able to be a finishing one to keep that angle. There was nowhere to be a matchup, but hopefully by that time, it will be okay for the Capitals to win the game. Now they're ready for our next face-off. 19 face-off wins for the Habs, and only 9 for the Washington Capitals. The Habs wins the face-off, as now here's Caulfield, and it's taken over by Jacob Verana. Verana, what a big slap down afterward. Here's Ellershaw, big save by Montalvo. This is what a big chance does. My goodness, that is a great pad on a save, and he does everything. Cole Caulfield now finds it over to Carrier. Shot, back to Ferrari, rebounded by Verana. Pass, that one gives up, and rebounded by Ferrari. Here's Ehlers. Ehlers slowing it down a little bit. Rebound by Radish. Radish knocks down right to the board. And now finds Van Riestad. Still an onside for the Capitals. No offside yet. As Radish takes it over. Now finds the McMichael. And this one gives to Ehlers. Rebound by Radish. And now he's off to McMichael. McMichael went down slumping. And here's Slavkovsky. Running in. Saved by Rogan Thompson. And it's back to Van Riestad. He was almost out of gas afterwards. I felt like Radish was nowhere to be looked. Safe play by Montalvo. Here's a big chance. Having McMichael. Passes to Bordas. Bordas shot blocked off. Savard goes over to London. 11 minutes remain in the second period. Dugo shot saved by Thompson. And he will cover it up with only 10:58 remaining in the second period. A lot of a line afterward here. Habs down by 3. Now here's the win for the Capitals as Carlson will take things over. Now finds Strome and back to Chyturn. Chyturn right toward Wayne. He will fire that one right to Wilson. Wilson. Carlson. Strome. Strome loses it. Here comes Laine. Laine on the move. Saved by Thompson. Rebound by Jacob Chyturn. That one was very close. That really makes a good stoppage. That's another goal. And they're trying to put a save for Logan Thompson. He's doing really so well. Back on ice is Ferrari. Ferrari shot glove saved by Montalvo. 10:19 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for our next puck drop. Hope you guys are enjoying your real game here of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But now it is the finals because the rematch is back. The Florida Panthers and the Oilers are doing it again since the back-to-back Stanley Cup finalists between both teams since the last postseason. And now, what's your take here of who's going to win? I'm going to say the back-to-back is going to be Florida Panthers. They've won the Stanley Cup, but now I think they're going to do it again. I wouldn't have bet on that. I wouldn't have said that the Canadian team would be able to be strong enough. I've got my take is going to be the Edmonton Oilers this time. I'm sick and tired of that. I am not liking the Florida team, but come on, fellas. I want to see what Connor McDavid has if they're going to get a nice tip around stop motion. There's no team to make an option. You're not going to leave it all with the gut. I wouldn't trust you guys. It would have been just that with the battle, Canadian versus the American team. No way style. As Sandini gets knocked down, here's Protos. Right toward it over again. Now finding McMichael. Finds Sandini. And Sandini, right to Dubois, is broken up with 9:10 remaining in the second period. And Montalvo will cover it up with only 9:07 remaining in the second. Get ready for the WNBA season as they are back in town to get ready for our next puck drop, for our next tip-off, as this will be Season 2 for the WNBA 2K25. one of our greatest supporters, Greg, Brian, and all the others are ready for anything with the women's of the WNBA season. Beginning on August 15, on mid-August, in 2025, it's going to be another year for the WNBA. Don't miss your chance here with the next tip-off season of Season 2 of the WNBA 2K25. And only on the new channel, as we are bringing a new one right across the line. Once this game goes in, there'll be a new channel named SOB Scan. That'll be only on the games on the gaming channel. Be sure to subscribe to the new channel. Once this comes out, you will get a new notifications right to your device, and don't miss the chance here with some big games of the night and with some amazing improving their skills. Plus, the Wii Sports, we're changing things up differently from the other side of it. Don't worry, you will be able to get things back here once it's re-uploaded and anytime, at all times safe. We really love to hear that one from you because the new gaming is going to be exciting. Can't wait to hear for that. Especially since it wouldn't seem that matters that the new gaming channel is going to be like terrific on that. I guess that SOB's Gaming really wants to like make less videos of my mount because nobody likes the longer ones instead. So it looks like you're going to have to change that one up entirely. Well, here's Ellery now finds the Carlson, and the late penalty is going to be on the Avs. That's going to be a cross-checking. No, that's not too good afterward. They're just starting out too bad today. It's not going to be a great timing what they've done for it. Here's Schleicher, shot glove save and multiple. And the interference is going to be on Nick Suzuki.
Montreal penalty, number 14, on an interference.
When I'm thinking about Nick Suzuki, you can't play it like this. When you're doing it off with the rebound and you pass it, you're going to get smashed right toward the wall. Now Nick Suzuki is really like suppressing, but he's not playing it correctly at all costs. No one's going to say it afterwards for Nick Suzuki a better credit. This often lead is going to make him slammed and make somebody hurt.
Para lá, tempo das Canadiens interference, they goes minutes. Thomas Penalty, 7 minutes, 27 seconds, as it series in the interference. Penalty on Hobbs, number 14, Nick Suzuki, for a 2-minute interference. Top penalty, 7 minutes, 27 seconds in the playoffs.
Clears his zone, Charlie Turn takes over, and rebounded by Stanley. Deep pass over to Radius. Radius fires up on the line and now finds it over to Dubois. Dubois now finds Sandy. One-time try-turn shot saved by multiple. 6:39 remaining in the second period, and only 1:28 for a Caps power play. Dubois wins the face-off, and here's Mangiapane. He'll give to Carlson, now finds to Alex Ovechkin. On a shot, saved by Montalvo. And that's right by Pretty is still right on deck, so if he misses down another one, he'll get some replacements here for the Cops team on the goaltender of their night. This is definitely like they've not been happy enough at all. Well, they don't do. I mean, they don't do it oftenly. Looks like Montalvo 7 like timing, wasting it down, and he's really not really looking forward into it to finishing these games off. It's hard sometimes. With the shot, chance saved up by Montalvo. Only 6:15 remaining in the second period, and rebounded up by John Carlson. Here's Carlson. A swing over now playing to Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin right toward wing. He will fire it again to Mangiapane. Mangiapane. Here's Ovechkin. Shots blocked up. Rebounded up by Carlson. Back to the Caps. Radius takes over. Slides in front, saved by Montalvo. That guy right over now, firing over. Out of the zone, 40 seconds for the Hops for the Caps power play. And here's Evans. On a shot, saved by Logan Thompson. Dylan Strome beats over again to Alex Ovechkin. Tom Wilson, they cut it. Back to Armia, trying to knock him down. Evans takes it over. And only 10 seconds remaining for the Caps power play. Wilson. Side step, saved by Montalvo, and that will end the power play. Just a great timing. Montalvo wasn't sure enough what he was going to do, but he really took the energy back in. Indeed so. I really am super happy enough that Montalvo's given a great change. It's nowhere to be the luckiest day for him, but as you know it, Nick Suzuki was really sorry enough that he had to try to do everything. Not all what happened, but they don't really seem to care for it at all what they did. With a chance shot, and back to Tom Wilson. He looks to Treicher, now finds the deep pass. Strong pass, broken up by Nicholson. On a shot saved by Thompson. 4:46 remaining in the second period. And now they're getting ready for a next puck drop. It is a 4:46 remaining in the second, 4-1 lead, Washington. Here's a win for the Hobbs. Rebounded by Buhemi. Here's Kirby Dutch. Takeover, shoots it. Up one of the goaltenders, and the hockey player goes down. Mangiapane now again to Dowd. Dowd fires it, saved by Montalvo. 4:26 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for our next puck drop. A lot of fan on the line here. 4-1 Washington. Now the win for the Montreal Hawks. Nicholson now finds Kirby Dutch. And Nugent right to a win. Morale takes back to Ferrari. And that pass will deliver off with the broken chain. Ferrari. Radius. Rebound by Betson. And it's back to Lane. Lane pass. Nugent chance. Broken up here as Morale will happen to get a Radius. Over with the change. And rebounded by Yeller. It's back to Kirby Dutch. Here's Alex Nugent. Right on the line. Fire saved by Logan Thompson. Ferrari rolls out. Verona takes it over. And now the chain's over again. Eller. Pass broken up. Rebounded up by Radius. 3:30 remaining in the second period. As Carlson licks it over. Now finds the Radius to get a Treicher. Finds Carlson. Fires it. Saved by Montalvo. 3:22 remaining in the second period as they'll cover it up. Get ready for our next face-off. The Wildwoods a face-off. Treicher shot. Hat save! Oh, what a glove and reaction! What a save by Montalvo as he tries to deliver it out. You look at the fans right now. You see what happens with Montalvo? They're really appreciating the effort. What a great standing. 3 minutes remaining in the second period. McMichael sends it around, now finding to Protas. Protas pass to Carlson. He fires on it up and stopped again by Montalvo. 2:52 remaining in the second period. Not a win for Dubois. Dubois pass now finds Treicher. Knocked him down. And it's back to Dubois. Dubois trying to carry out the puck out of his zone. And now the rebound by Gollier. Gollier. In toward again Anderson. Anderson shot. On a chance play. Treicher takes it over and now back to Protas. Here's Gollier's shot. Pat save. Kicked it up here by the teammate. Protas waited patiently and have it over to Ferrari. Ferrari fires a glove save by Montalvo. 2:11 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop, 86/85. Pretty good, decent amount of passing effectiveness. Really well done. And now the pass to Ferrari again to Rural. Rural now finds Ferrari. Stick lifted. Play still onside. Rural takes over. Now finding Alex Ovechkin. Rural now finds Ferrari. Here's Obi. Pass broken up by Savard. Alex Nugent. Washington speed, now finds Stroll. Savard takes over. Now Wilson will have it. And it'll be a slashing. That's going to be a bad chance here for the Hops to make a steal over. This is not where they change it off the leg. They're not playing so well. Hard aggression is not the choice you want to be. That's another penalty that's going to cause a miscommunication in. And Savard is in the penalty box.
Montreal penalty, number 58 on a slashing.
Look, you can't do it oftenly. When Tom Wilson gets it, here's what happens. He stick lifted it, but he was a little late and he was a little behind. That's not good for the Hops as they really get another penalty kill. We don't need to change it oftenly if you get it correctly in. Montreal escaping the penalty kill, trying to get out of the zone. And they wanted to try to get an advantage here with another goal for the Capitals.
Demonstrated Penalty 1 minute 42 seconds in series eliminatorias. Penalty on the Hops number 58. David Savard for 2 minutes slashing. Double penalty 1 minute 42 seconds in the playoffs.
Looked it up. We're on his own teammate. Radius. Mangiapane shoots. He scores! Fire in the hole as he puts on another power play goal. It's Mangiapane time. Look what happened to Mangiapane. That is a part of another goal, and he really took it oftenly. And you see what Andrew Mangiapane did? That's another playoff goal he was set in. One dialed in, attacking the range on a big drive. That's another great goal in. So Mangiapane is up by 4. And this one has been hard, but he done for. And no, baby. It was not really
minutes last year,
and what they said now is they just couldn't get this home goal with the right timing. It's now 2-5. Really what everybody wants to see another power play goal. I think the Capitals are going to be moving on to take on against the Devils.
Other in Washington, some premier but let's see this eliminatorias. Okay, Devante, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, score on the power play. Number 88, Andrew Mangiapane. Assisted by number 16, Taylor Radius. And by number 6, Jacob Chikrin. Demcheleba, 18 minutes, 58 seconds. Andrew Mangiapane, his first goal of the game, first goal in the playoffs, score on the power play, assisted by Taylor Radius and Jacob Chikrin. And the power play minute, 18 minutes, 58 seconds in the playoffs.
Back to Carlson, over to Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin stops in motion, tries to turn with a chance. And now will be the end of the second period. 5-1 score after Mangiapane with a one-time blank. It is a 5-1 game. Third period is underway next after these messages. And we are ready to get set for the third period back at Centuryville. Here we are, fellas. We are finishing up Game 4 here in Montreal, Canada for the fourth game of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs for the first night. All right there, I know what you're thinking now. Let's see what your folks got to say about this game. Starting with you, Jay, and then Joe True. Well, I'm going to say that it looks like Carson and the team have really been notching them down out of here. There's no way that they really try to do oftenly. And with some others, looks like that multiple is finished for now in the second period. Looks like you will definitely have to miss everything out because all that happens, it wasn't really well at all to make the finishing go helpful. Yeah, I totally agree. Looks like that Monteval's finished for now, and looks like now the premium will have to try and see what he can do, if they can try and regroup it or not. Let's hope that there is a change for the Habs, if they can keep it doing it for real. On a start versus Suzuki. As right now, he's right to learn the wing. That one poked it up as McMichael takes it over, now finds it over to Bodas. Bodas, right to the wing, and the shot saved out by Dobes, and this one will be his first save to start things off in the third period to get things started. So Premio is currently not here on ice, and unfortunately will not be able to get things started here for the second period, as now Premio has already been left, and Dobes will take this over 40 secondary goaltender of the night. And here's Lanning. Wow, moved around and is saved up by Logan Thompson. What a great take. He was not really going to go anywhere at that point. I was really never seeing it how this turned to be like it was an outstanding effort on the wee zone. Radish went down, rebounded up by the Hobbs. It's now rebounded by Alex Newbrook. And here's Jacky, now finds it over again to Lonnie. At Jacky, shots still saved by Thompson. And back to Rua. Rua will send around it. And back to Sandin. Rasmus Sandin, deep pass to Eller. Eller gives to Radish. Puck leaves the zone. Rebounded by Rudolph. Robbery. And Verona takes over. Oh, a big smash down here. Carrier takes over to Dvorak. Dvorak pass, broken up by Eller. And he'll hand it back in the zone, and icing will be on the Washington Capitals with only 17:31 remaining. Both teams are set, ready for our next puck drop. 5 wins to score, Washington. Ellis wins the face-off. Forever now has it over to Rural. And deep pass to Alex Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin gets pumped up behind the back. Alex Ovechkin trying to watch on him. Struble knocked him down. Here's Anderson, and a shot blocked, rebounded by Alex Ovechkin. I sent the pass to Verona. Now here's Ferrari. Ferrari slows the breakdown, and now finds the pass over to Rural. Here's Rural, now finds Stroll. Stroll finds Ferrari. Evans takes it over. Evans pass to Armia. Armia knocked him down by the joint. And icing again on the Washington Capitals, and with only 16:39 remaining. Join us for tomorrow's game as we'll have our next matchup as we see the Battle of Ontario, and they will be facing again as the Toronto Maple Leafs will be facing against the Ottawa Senators back in Canadian Tire Century. First game starts at 5 p.m. And then for our second game, we'll send you over to the other side for a Florida showdown to get ready for our next matchup as server coverage starts at 7:30 p.m. here on Sun at Beats. We can't wait to see what the next teams is going to be. If they're going to be moving on or take them from behind the back and knock them out again. It'll be between the both teams, and they could be the only ones to be remembered of the finishing between the Canadians versus the American team. They just have to do it again, and now overtime will tell. Oh, what a save by Logan Thompson. And oh boy, he's down. I think Duhemi's now looking very happy afterwards. Yeah, it looks like he's definitely done. I mean, I believe that Suzuki's already out of here. He's got to go. And he'll cover it up. Suzuki is hurt, and we'll have to get some replacement gear for the players. Wow, this has been a big stat afterwards. Nick Suzuki, what a big hurt. And look what happened. That was a big poke check that you've seen here for John Carlson. That was not really so good at all. Wow, that was big and painful. Suzuki in the medical room. We'll have to hear from updates later here near the midway mark of the period. Yeah, when you can see what happens with like Nick Suzuki, that must have been on John Carlson, and he's really been knocking him right toward the body as he sticked it right toward in the chest. That really turned to be like it was very bad. Not really anybody's going to be playing good afterwards, and you notice that whenever sometimes happens with a whole bunch of players, Nick Suzuki had a little hard time getting back up, but he couldn't. He just couldn't get right back into work. And he really had turned to be very terrifying what he did. It was definitely a big scare that everybody's been doing it for. to watch on Alex Ovechkin. And this time didn't go oftenly. He really had been knocked out with a bunch. We'll have to wait on that for by next season for Nick Suzuki to get back in there. Yeah, it's been like it was really kind of hard and scare for us for most of the time. And they noticing that there was nobody to be believing on. They noted that they already had called it for Nick Suzuki to get right in toward its way. But the captain will be back for another season. It's been a big line afterward here, fella. Well, I know that we will definitely see him again real soon for next year to start for the 2025-26 season. I indeed so. This might be our day that could get things over with. Oh boy, another penalty's going to be on the hot.
Montreal penalty, number 17 on a cross-checking.
Another penalty kill. That's going to be the Montreal Habs, and that will be the Washington Capitals on another power play. That power play is going to definitely kill somebody off. They're not.
Penalty for los Canadiens. They're finished for double extra. Demonstrated left penalty, 14 minutes, 17 seconds, and series eliminatorias. Penalty on the Habs, number 17, Josh Anderson for a 2-minute cross-checking. Dominant penalty, 14 minutes, 17 seconds in the playoffs.
Now here's Savard, now finds it over to Evans. Evans chance, save play by Thompson, and now he rolls it over to Stroh. Stroh, taking his time, fires that shot. RBA takes it over with only under 90 seconds remaining for the Caps power play. Here's a shot, saved by Logan Thompson. And McMichael, over outside, rebound by Savard. Now here's Matheson. Matheson. Throw it away, and it's back to Wilson. Looks to Stroh. Stroh pass to McMichael. McMichael pass over to Alex Ovechkin. Here's one time ready, a shot, misses wide. And now the rebound by McMichael. Give it over again to Joel Armia. And here's Savora. Right towards zone, goes saved by Thompson. Only 46 seconds remaining for the Caps power play, and they're in a 13 minutes in the third. A continuous win for Carrier, and that one stopped by Thompson, and Alex Ovechkin will take things over with 35 seconds left for the Caps power play. Dubois will send it back over again to Carlson. You see the fan it's been a bunch of booing afterwards. I think this Carlson is going to definitely deny for the stance this point. Not trying to be great. Try turn shot saved by Dobes. As now he finds Carlson. He'll take it over, and a save puts up by Dobes. Only 10 seconds remaining for the Caps power play, and 12:25 remaining in the second period. Sorry, the third period. Now the win puts it for the Habs. And it's his time, so it's up. Cindy shoots, save, and there's a rebound by Wilson. The backhander save played again. And that will end the power play for the Capitals. There was no change oftenly. I was really showing how they were going to get often with some big goals. This attacker is not really turned to be so good afterwards. And now Anderson is really lucky that they are making a great save. It's hard to tell if they need to give that one a good one. This big offense has been light, tipping a bunch. After all, nobody would tell the leaders. Now here's the win. Hobbs with a block shot. As Wilson will now find Van Riemsdyk. Rolls almost went right toward the bench. And here's Strome right toward wing. Passes to Barbary. And a roll around shot, and Dobes will get it out again. Ovechkin will try to slant it back. And here's Savora. And Struble Team goes offside for the Hops with only 11:18 remaining. We're nearing down a midway mark. It is a 5-1 game, Washington. Dowd wins the faceoff. And here's Burrell now fights for robbery. Mangiapane pass broken up by Dutch. And back to Struble. Here's Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky rolls for a middle shot. Misses wide again. Burrell will kick it over to Dowd. And deep pass to Duhaney. Duhaney with a step back. Duhaney to Dowd. And it's back over to Struble. Struble passes Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky can't get it over there. And it's back to Savard. Savard shot, redirected off for Dowd. And rebounded by Duhaney. Duhaney goes right near the board. By the Canadiens bench. Fires that one out of here. And it's Ferrari. Same to be passed again. Now finds Verona. Verona will get right toward the zone. Armia takes him out. Jack Ice right toward in the wing in the Caps territory. On a chance for on a play inbounding. Covery Dutch misses a shot. Dutch trying to get to Armia. Almost went in, but it was stayed out by Logan Thompson. This is just unbelievable. I thought that was almost going to make it in there, but that chance for the goal did not clean the effort. That one was very close. And now here's a chance for Bizzetta. The rebound by Chaito. Rebound by Bizzetta. On the backhander, save. Trying to put it back in. And the Hobbs will not carry it along with the rebound. It's back over again to Collier. Here's Collier shot. Pat save. Rebound by Durock. And Carlson takes it over. The Pat. Back again to Verona. Again to Dubois. Dubois shot. Saves up. Not this time. He scores again. That'll be 6-1 Capitals. Here, Luc Dubois. Oh my gosh, I just did not notice how he was getting that goal. All that I noticed, it was not the choice that he was shooting for. Here, Luc Dubois has another playoff goal, and that's the change. Habs, they're done. They're out of here. They're going home. And nobody, you can defend it, you just can't play it the right way. As the Hawks fans leave their seats, as they appreciate to everyone who was here, it has now been a longest game ever. But after Son Gallier with the goal, they're back down by 4. Well, there's Freddie Gallier. He just had one of the great goals in. And when you're taking a change off from here, it's no change off when you just do it the harder way. And you get a good goal and a pass over by the caretaker, it's not the choice way, and you just have to keep playing afterward when that puck crosses over the cross of the goal line. Now it's a 6-2 game. So the Hawks are back down by 4. It is a now 9-19 remaining in the second period.
But Washington is permitted a series eliminatorias. His first goal in the playoffs, scored by number 80, Pierre Dubois. Assisted by number 13, Jacob Verona. And by number 74, John Carlson. I'm sure they had 10 minutes, 32 seconds. Here Luc Dubois, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Jacob Verona and John Carlson in the period at 10 minutes, 32 seconds.
No one was standing a chance. This crowd was electric. It's back to Brunos, and the pass over to Burberry. Tom Wilson now finds it again at Stroll, and Wilson fakes, gives over to Stroll, and back to Stroll. will try to do it over again for Armory. Armory now finding Wilson. Fires that shot. Goal deflection. This one stays out. Then reset. Toward outside. Galliard with a puck steal. And here's another change up for the Hobbs. Van Reset now gives it back to Wilson. 8 minutes remaining in the third period as Ovechkin gives it back over to Burberry. Wilson shot. Up it goes. Off the glass and rebounded by the Capitals. Strom now finds it over to Burberry. Burov shot. Glove saved by Dobes. And will stop with only 7:47 remaining in the third. After all the second work, Rasmussen, he was really been bunched out. He was knocking in really hard. That quickly was going to sell him down off the ice.
By number 11, Brandon Galliard. Assisted by number 17, Josh Anderson. And by number 48, Lane Hudson. Time
So we have
to
2 players
10
now.
minutes, 41
One for Nick
seconds.
Suzuki
Brandon Galliard, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Josh Anderson and Lane Hudson at 10 minutes, 41 seconds.
To you before 11 of the checking of what happened with Nick Suzuki. Well, thanks guys. Talking with one of the medical staffs, and with that, it was the end of the line for the season for Nick Suzuki. For the biggest postseason that he's ever been achieving, this accomplishment was definitely turned to be like it was all for anybody. I really love his strategy, and all what he does learn is hockey is for everyone. I train really hard. Of course, I will always miss my players who definitely wants to play and communicate for me. I've really done so hard at it with the great work as being the captain that everybody does a standard. It looks like it will be the end for him, but it's speedy recovery until we see him by next season. He's looking really comfortable enough, and I always give a salute to the crowd to give everything what they got. Not always what they do a chance, but it's for anybody that can be out there for one. Back to you. Alright, thanks, Smooth Phone. And with that one, we wish him a speedy recovery for one of our biggest of Nick Suzuki, and we will miss him. Indeed so. Here's Carlson, shot saved by Dobes, and back to Bizzetta. Rolls back to Struble. Here's another one of Savard, and Sverana. It's back to Carlson. Here's the pass. Toward the wing, saved by Dobes. 6:17 remaining in its third period. 6-2 is the score. And how about the other one for the Capitals? As right now it's Dylan Strom's in the locker room. We'll have to see what happens. Well, I'm sure enough that Dylan Strome was the finishing that he did to make it succeed earlier. But his lifetime won't matter, because it just definitely made it knock things over, and the clear down range was really out of the line. But all they did now is he just did everything that he could do, and nothing would stand out right along the way. I was pretty sure that it was the end of it for all and all. What they don't really appreciate is now is how are they going to keep things up right other way. Well, it's been a pretty blast here for Dylan Strome, and we hope we will miss him by the next part of the season to start things off, to get things up, to get ready for round number 2 against the Devils. Well, we'll see what happens with the speedy recovery, and it will be all for him to make a thankful out of it. Back to you guys. Here's the Brown up on Silver to McMichael. And try turn shot. Redirected back to Jakai. And he now finds Galliard. Galliard now finds Dvorak. Dvorak shot saved by Thompson with only 5:05 remaining in the third period. A lot of time up in the period, but unfortunately, the Hobbs won't be able to get another goal in. It's only a 1-goal possession and glove snatched by Thompson. And now let's have a chance here, as I will send it over now to me for 11 one last time to see who had a better night. Well, I guess Alex Ovechkin, he did have his best play of the night. And with all that years, it was a big training to his heart. When always noticing and beating Alex Wayne by Wayne Gretzky, it's Alex Ovechkin with a new NHL career playoff goal. But the career of the season has put up a new record with 896 goals. It was the biggest moment that everybody was seeing things with the finish of his own drive. Now that Alex Ovechkin is on the next level, and we'll see if he gets 900 goals for the second part of his season by next year. We hope to see what changes often, but we really do have to be enough to tell that it's been a big night. Guys, all you. As you miss that one right now, we pass the 5-minute mark presented by Discover. Here's Alex Ovechkin and a set pass to Strom. Strom finds Ovechkin. Strom finds Ferrari and a rebound by Caulfield. Here's Kirby Dutch along the layover wing. Pass, cuts in, shoots, saved by Logan Thompson. Try to build a rebound, now finds Strom. And Strom will give it to Ferrari. Ferrari now finds Tom Wilson over to Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin with a spin. That one stopped up by Cole Caulfield. And Slafkovsky will take it over. Here's the chance. Knocked it down. And Thompson will take it over with only 3:42 remaining in the third period. Next up on the list, it's the Oilers facing against the Kings back at Rogers Center. Get ready for the next one as the game coverage will start at 9:30 p.m. on Son of Peace. Sending a deep pass, broken up here, and it's now Bizzetta. Knocked it down, off the try turn, and it's now Ehlers. The pass back to Armia. Here's Joel Armia. It's back at try turn, finds Carlson. Carlson knocks him down, Savard takes it over. And now the deep pass over to Bizzetta. Here's Streicher, sends it off, now finds to Radic. Radic finds Vrana, Vrana shot, glove saved up by Doves, and the puck goes out of play. Now with the win for Peter Dubois, Savard. Pass back to Armia. Armia shoots close, saved by Thompson, and Van Riestad will now have it again to McMichael. On the pass to Protas. Here's the rebound here. And rebounded up by Van Riestad. Finds the pass to Ferrari. And Protas will now try to regroup things again. As Ferrari has it back. Here's Protas, now finds to McMichael. With a change over to Struble, he finds over to Savard. Dope takes over, now finds Savard. Savard, covered up right toward the wall, rebound by Savard. It's back to Anderson. Anderson shot saved by Thompson, and rebound by Van Riestad. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third period as they'll try to give it another look. Here's Van Riestad. Van Riestad knocking down. And it's rebounded over, now finding again to Struble. Here's Protas shot, saved by Doves. Alex Newbrook looks over to Gellier. Gellier loses that one. Strong, back to Ferrari. And as Wilson will take things off, now finds Dylan Strong. Stops the puck, now finds Wilson. Puck reach out of the zone, Alex Newbrook will take it off. Schweitzer back to Carlson, and now playing with Schweitzer. He's off to Tom Wilson, again Alex Ovechkin. Covered it up, right to the middle, move around, save play, back to Ovechkin. 1 minute remaining in the third period.
1 minute remaining in the third period.
He's going to cover things up and get ready for a next puck draw. And so that will do for Game 4 for the Habs against the Capitals, as Washington's going to move on to the next round and they'll play back at home to get ready for our next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, facing against the New Jersey Devils. Ooh, I believe that this one is going to be like the biggest shade I ever seen now. I believe that this one may be it, because we really seen that Alex Ovechkin. I think he wants to rematch this. I totally agree. I think that this might be the only way that they really want to see is with our next take-on action. What a goal by Chaicher. It's all that matters. Chaicher can celebrate the night, and he will say, "So long, Montreal," and we are going back home to get ready for the second round. So you now has 4 playoff goals, and as for the Montreal Habs, has finished their season. Only 32.7 seconds left, and with the win for the Habs,
But Washington son Cornet, but as serious inventories. His fourth goal in the playoffs, scored by number 6, Jacob Chikba. Assisted by number 74, John Carlson. And by number 8, Alex Ovechkin. Demonstrated at part, 19 minutes, 28 seconds. Jacob Chikba, his fourth goal in the playoffs, assisted by John Carlson and Alex Ovechkin in the third period at 19 minutes, 28 seconds. Montreal penalty, number 55 for cross-checking.
And he's out. So the Habs are finished for the season on the post. And listen, we'll have to celebrate for the crowd to make a thank you to everyone who've been dominating the effort. We really never seen it like this before.
Penalty pour les Canadiens. 12 minutes pour double election. Camster la penalty, 11 seconds in series eliminatories.
Give to Dubois, and that's all over. That's it, partners. Capitals are moving on to the next round, and they'll take on against the New Jersey Devils back at Capital Arena. Well, it's been a great night here. Logan Thompson was a big finish to success. And for that, we are going to be seeing the next matchup in the second round. I can't wait to see the Devils and the Capitals with the rematch. Well, that's it for now. Along my broadcasting partner with Zoe, Troop, and Jay, and of course, me for the living, I'm Gore. Thank you for joining us for tonight's first part of the game on NHL on EA Sports. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody, for another game. Alright guys, thank you very much. Time for 3-star players in the game as we start the 3rd star, Jacob Chikba, with a goal, assist, and 4 hits. Only made a tape-to-tape zone and with a shot to try to avoid a spill on Kirby Notch. Then, the 2nd star player of the game, the other side of his zone, goes to John Carlson with 3 assists and 5 hits. There was no way of booing this, but that pass was the finishing that he really took that often with the nice big chain. And your 1st star player of the game, the goaltender done it all. Logan Thompson, 39 saves of the night, and this one was no big deal to make that one finish. Now here's what they did with the total statistics. It was only 80 shots on goal for Washington Capitals, and they only had 17:05 time on attack with the Washington Capitals, and only 86 here for Montreal on a passing percentage. And it was only 38 face-off wins for Montreal Habs, 12 in a penalty kill for Montreal, 2 power play goals for Washington, with only 7:54 remaining on the power play minutes. And so the Capitals have made their win, eliminated their team for the Habs. They are eliminated in the 1st round, but the fans, we couldn't appreciate it enough for the Montreal Canadiens with their better support. And it wasn't easy like that at all. Now you always just say so. I mean, this really couldn't be happier to be done afterward. And we'll be able to see the next team, the Devils. Yep, don't want to miss that one out here for the next one. Anyways, if you're sticking around here for the Kings versus against the Oilers, that's going to be next underway here soon. And along with me and Greg, We hope you enjoyed this part of the first night of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Thanks for tuning us in, and we'll see you next time for another postseason gameplay of the NHL 25 dial. See you again for the next one. So long in Montreal. Until everyone, for next time, adios.
If you don't, somebody will.